Hello guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're doing Spanish Empire. This is at the extent with the Philippines, all the claims in America, and Spain. Alliances will be taken off, or the non-existent, to make sure they can expand. And then what's it? Oh yeah, they have all of the militaries of the areas they have got. So let's get started with the invasion of not the sea, Portugal. There you go. Sorry, I was on the wrong layer. I've done a lot of doing that. They start to invade from the north, from Galicia, and this area down here, like this straight area, fully pushing it across the border. Ended up fully taking them. Yeah, they're kind of, compared to Spain, the entire empire, even like if they're not buffed, which they are, they will still lose. They're fully annexed into the empire. And the next victim, Spain, and the next country that get liberated is Morocco. They declare Morocco and West Africa as Morocco kind of claims over them, but anyway. They invade over the strait, taking the entire of the southern and northern coast. Using these islands, they take this area here. And thinking about it, I believe that I forgot to the Portuguese. They're not going to do it anyway. It's weird. Anyway, they continue up the coast, pushing down and up, fully taking the coastline. They push. They already start landing there, pushing, fully taking the coast of West Africa. West Africa kind of just surrenders into the nation up here. They kind of just push them, taking all of the valuable land into Morocco, surrendering yet again for annexation. Leading to, speaking of that, they want to get all their colonies back, and they wouldn't put up a fight, you know that. They wouldn't win, so they now have all of their colonies back from all across the ages. So, as America is kind of crippled, they can kind of start attacking the Americas. I believe this is not the law as well, because the British had that, the French had that, but if they are wrong, then kill me. I'll do that. Well, basically, boom. Start from here, bomb, taking these islands, and they kind of just own the Caribbean, own this area. By the way, any borders are from pre-American wars, just to be Pacific. I know, the annexation. Now, over here, they invade more on these two. However, as this is a French overseas territory, and they don't fancy all of France currently, they leave it. They push in. Like, you can't just straight coming in within days. They push into Senegal. Same again, taking it within like a couple weeks. leading to full annexation of these regions. As they look at Brazil, they decide to go war with Mauritius. And, well, they go for Mauritius first and Cape, but Cape will fall quickly. Have a quick. Okay, and then just I think they're yellow. Anyway, they attack Mauritius. Right, I forgot to deselect when I change colours, so I don't buy that quick. But as they kind of just take over the coast within a matter of weeks, they take some of this. And then they kind of surrender with terms. These terms being they can't be fully annexed and they want them coast. Which then, if I change colours, then does respect. And look, should I use the subdivisions? Yes, I will. At least this. Taking there. I'll put the rest in so much make it look good. Look at this. And there. Then it has Nolly here. Nolly uses this as a chance to get some coastline. There's a wall that with their army being completely destroyed from the Spanish, it kind of just instantly pulled over as they're on their each coast. And then Spain's like, yeah, you can keep that. Leading to, and also the allied Spain. As Spain gets some ideas. Yeah, they declare war on Algeria. Oh no. The Spanish start to invasion up here from there, making a landing. I think the coast's around there. Probably taking this coast. But some of the countries join. Because they realised that Algeria thought they could be next. So, anyway, meanwhile, in the desert, like, no one really cares, but Molly's like, oh yeah, it's made up. I believe I'm getting the right about it. I could be getting it completely wrong. But anyway, in the desert they kind of invade. But then, up here, in the actual Portland, they get pushed back. This area is encircled. And 3 taken. Now, I think as this has done before, but basically they get all the troops from the Americas. Okay, now it's like 10% of troops from the Americas, maybe. But anyway, they just kind of just straight up push, making a landing around here. I think that's it earlier. I could have just turned on the capitals. Taking Tunisia's capital and Algeria's capital, making a landing here, taking Libya's capital. Then we ended up taking the coast of Algeria, Tunisia, and that section. Now, as they do kind of have this flyer out, that's wait, what? Oh, they don't anymore. Cool. But anyway, as Tunisia kind of still has some supply, the Spanish send not the border, sends a spearhead to kind of destroy that. Then we got taking all of Tunisia, into the surrender of Algeria. And then Libya realizing as they fighting a war where we're not going to win. That's the wrong colour yet again. Anyway. Spain, that's country, takes all of this. Mali is given a ton of desert. Okay, I would say there's all of Algeria. And somehow, Liberia ends up gaining land as the rest of Tunisia is annexed by them. Leading to Spain seeing no point in attacking further Africa for the time being, but just in case, after this, I will show you what Liberia ends up doing. I do like these borders, to be honest. With like, kind of just taking all of that coast, and Mali being massive for some reason. But anyway, that's all that's thankful. So Liberia forms an alliance with Niger. Guinea-Bissau, I think that is. Benin and Tobago. Same these names are pretty wrong. Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast. One of them is Sierra Leone, used free, and Gambia. You get see the point of joining the alliance as it's left like well, they just left Libya alone, so they doubt they would actually attack into them. Meanwhile, Andorra, more like Spain. Anyway, now they look at Brazil again. Decide to finish off the Philippines. And as the Philippines, it kind of just nothing. They kind of just go, what? I believe this island may be Philippines. But anyway, they didn't declare war on Malaysia and Brunei. I believe Singapore, as they know, a lot of defence would go towards it. And you see now that they're coming from the Philippines, they're commanding there. But I think it's like abandoned. I'm pretty sure that's like empty. Finally hitting the population, taking Brunei, taking the entire of this area in a matter of weeks. I'm pretty sure that's Indonesia. So they sent up an eighth one nation. These islands are Malaysian and the island top, but they aren't just straight up invade, taking this area. This is happening, I would say, a month after the African front end. But anyway, they fully take. And then they yet again fully annex. Like that. Yeah. So they now have a bit of the strait here and control of the South China Sea. And kind of China ain't happy with this, but they're not going to do anything because they haven't really violated anything yet. They kind of don't see any further reason to expand here, as Indonesia is strong. Maybe not as strong as the African countries combined, but anyway, like, nah. Thailand, like, you already have control of the that important section there, so they see no point. And anyway, let's actually start the invasion of Brazil. anyway, get back to a reasonable size. Yep. So down here, they take this little border that was left. The little border was like this at one point. Failed to press key 3 times. Then you kind of just to make sure no strays get to pinch off them. They kind of just invade surrounding it. They take this like little island thing. Taking this. Then start a naval landing here from. I don't know if it'll be quicker to invade from there. There. Probably here because it'll be less expected. But anyway, they start. This one like big, it was very big. So they invade up here. Take the capital. Yes, again I can turn on the capital. But the capital's there. I don't know if it's there, take the capital. I turned up the wrong layer. Yeah. But anyway. Seeing this, the US has had enough. And the First War. Seeing this as the perfect opportunity to take back their land. Make sure all of Alaska is covered in. Very good. But anyway, I forgot about Hawaii, which is not important, as I doubt any fighting would actually happen over here. What do you mean this actual unit? But anyway, they kind of just take it from Philippines, so they keep the trader out, supplier out open in the Pacific. As Hawaii is like further out. Like if this grey here was like here, I would say. But anyway. Not expecting this, however, they do get massively pushed back. Especially in the claimed areas like this Great Plains. Down here they do actually have some troops, as is more important. Yet again up here they have like no troops. Probably here like here, there's troops here, and then mountain range. They can't push up to the Rockies. And they're taking all this. They do start to push down a bit, but then stopped. As they move all the forces down here to cut off at Texas, making them fully fall here. This is mainly because the US military is still pretty strong, and like 50% of the troops in America are in Brazil. Talking about Brazil, the entire coast is taken, including this southern area, as the US push is happening. More of this is taken as they meet up, leading to. Oh wait, I forgot that. There is little excursions in the Amazon, but it's like no troops there. It's more like 5 guys with a gun killing the other 5 guys from Brazil. But anyway, they surrender. Seeing as their citizens are dying for no reason in a losing war. So then, the US, seeing this, tries to get a peace treaty. Spain ain't having none of that. They take Florida back. They retake all of this Gulf with the Navy. Up here, they don't really care. They do push back to take this, I think it's Victoria Island. And stuff, as this is kind of pointless. They do push to cut it off. That's mainly so they can strand these guys. That's Let's go for Canada. Anyway, they lead the Rockies as like a defensive front. And then push here, taking some of the plains. And a bit more Texas. Eventually pushing up, meeting with the border here. And up here. Trying to abandon this area for the time being. That's a game. Okay. Realistically, even if they were stronger, I wouldn't say it would happen that fast. But anyway, we take this. They push around, taking this. Making the US try to surrender again. Spain has another idea. So keep invading, taking New York, and I think Washington will start out. Pushing up coast, pushing in some more. Their hold to Chicago, I think is here. And see, it's here, I think it's Boston. Taking the entire Ohio, and this sort of peninsula in Michigan. Yes. But anyway, doing this central area surrenders, as does Alaska does, but like can't be bothered to read all of the Alaska stuff. Now let's just read it blue. Well, actually, filter last day surrender. US is dead and fully annexed. As Spain looks up to Canada and decides to have a little rest somewhere else. They will attack somewhere else. As Africa is cut off, and the entire South America then France is taken. The only places to move is Asia, which might annoy China. Oceania, which may work. Or Europe. They decide to attack France. Like, bear in mind this is like a month, like 6 months later. So the troops are ready. They push up, take the entire French Guiana. The troops go over the, I don't know what it, I guess they're north. Anyway, they push over. It's hard to. So we take him out of there. Maybe we'll catch him now. Kind of taken out. Pushing up to Paris. Leading to surrender. As they realise it's not wise to keep annexing countries, so they start to get a little unstable. Yet again, they're on colour. There we go. They decide to take the southern area and the island, leaving the rest as a, not Germany, leaving the rest as a fucking. In disagreement, even some areas are released, such as, if again they're on colour, such as Brittany. What did this one? Oh, Brittany, Normandy. This area up here given to Belgium, also on the 6th. And then that one's a bit given to Belgium, so I'll just see it's like that. That's Belgium. Not Spain, they join. Pretty sure Spain did appear in the Netherlands at one point. I don't like the colours. But it's orange. I think the orange was nice. It's orange. Then it's all kind of seeable. But anyway, getting revenge on the Dutch is the next step. And also taking poor old Luxembourg. As the Netherlands can't defend themselves, they get folded. And okay, I don't think that I'm gonna say something like this. So Luxembourg gets C south, and Spain gets C north. And Luxembourg gets fully annexed by the thingies. Think about it, I should have to change colours to show which are 3 countries. Maybe I can use this for 3 countries, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. It's a good idea. Spain looks to Italy. That then forms an alliance with quite a lot of Europe. Okay, I don't think they will join. I think Poland might join just because of Russia. It's another threat, but like, yeah. Slovenia, Polish or Yugoslav countries. Don't like this. Nice. Yeah, and UK joins. So sorry about the white dots. I will have to sort them out another day. Anyway, like this. And then they get permission to use Austria as like a sort of thingy. Then Hungary and Slovakia join kind of this like the strong point. Yeah. Anyway, Spain seeing this decides to stop expanding in Europe. They go over to Asia again. China tells them to go away. They think that's wise. But you start to look for it to invade around here. Maybe not. Maybe down here. Maybe it's a little Hutchkey colony. Maybe it's still here. Maybe South Africa. Yeah, I don't think Africa wants to be invaded. The final time they say let's invade a country is Madagascar. I don't think they get any more Africa. Yeah, I think that's enough. It looks like Spain accidentally united all of Africa. So they decide that it's time to end some conflicts. As they invade, I can't recall. So they're not Egypt. Invade some very country or 2 countries. Lebanon, because they want like the Holy Land, Jordan, and Syria and Cyprus just the jumping point as they got quite far away. Landing on Cyprus, they annoyed the Turks, but they agreed they would in the peace treaty. It's kind of just a temporary port. The UK section, well, actually, in that case, the UK section and the Turk section were kind of left, leaving groups very annoyed. Now, going to be the third rule, getting them to join the alliance against Spain, just in case they try to annex any more of the territories they want. I believe the Free Cyprus was going to unite with them. But anyway, they beat Israel. They don't have America, so that I'm joking. No nukes. That's boring. That's it. America's supplying them guns. They're kind of just gone, leading to pretty much not Saudi, just straight surrender with conditions. Conditions being that Jordan is left. No, I'm joking. And let's say that they get this, and like this, that they all left their lives used to. They will unite, but just not the border. The border will not join the state Spanish. The Pope really likes this, to be honest, so it's definitely landed now. Christian and Catholic, yeah. Leading to Cyprus being occupied and fully given to Turkey. And then these guys uniting and then getting forced to get annexed by Iran. Untempted. Anyway, it's not chill out. Europe sees this as weakness. They do not do that. They take back this. Okay, actually, that's the coordinate to be there. They could declare war on Spanish, leaving this island. Start invasion into Spanish France. They do not somehow teleport through the Swiss. Anyway, like that. The Spanish thought Netherlands is still liberated. Same with the Belgian part of them. And Luxembourg. France starts getting liberated. Oh, invaded, then declares independence. But then, like, it's like, that. So the Spanish just kind of go to occupy them as the Netherlands falls. Not the Netherlands, and Belgium. And I'm being made here by the UK, leading to the side of. Oh, they touched down. What? As that pronounces. France is start to get liberated. Ending it. Going back. It's like here. As the Italians did invade a bit. Holding out here. The Italians then, well, I also realised that's not in the centre. And Yugoslavia attacks here. Oh, Italians plus the Balkans plus Greece. That might be called the Balkans. Anyway, liberating, well, started liberating that, then encouraging Thai Africans to join. Okay, more realistically, it's probably something like simultaneous sec. They won't, no, not be, just, they probably won't join. What is it, person? Thai of Southern Africa won't join. These guys. DLC. Probably not. Same with these guys. Okay, maybe Chad just because. Yeah. South Sudan or the same side of Sudan. I think another one like something like. Probably say. Okay. They probably don't care. Nigeria don't care. Okay, no. Let's just say something like that. South Africa don't see a point, and Spain doesn't really seem to want to expand around here, or anymore they don't. As they're kind of dying. Naval evasion is made by Imperial. Let us take this. Apparently that part of the video is part of 4, which I don't know. Anyway. Let's guess how quickly this front goes. Here. If you guessed, very quickly, you're right. Because the entire of this bit, and bear in mind the populated bit's like here, and that's how this directional ratio would really want slight for them. That's just desert. It's more like probably Spanish control have it on that. So basically they start to get pushed back as they start the troops from Nigeria start to flood into the desert. Taking back land. Libya helps the Italians somehow get into there. That's Algeria is liberated. They start to hold a front like here. The island, I don't know what these islands are called, but they're taken. Get pushed back to the mountains. France looks a little weird. The Americas. I have also forgot to annex put down there. Okay, likely the Spanish won't actually lose because the Americans wouldn't break away as they are in danger. Also, all of these islands will be occupied or annexed. Canada wouldn't see a point as they would die within seconds. So most likely the Americans just chill. So, okay, actually I forgot about a little something. Firstly, actually, I would feel like Iran would join Iraq. I mean, just to like take as long as they can. So, yeah, I wouldn't hold long concessions and just of it. Anyway, as more troops from the Americas start to arrive, massive pushbacks start to occur. It's all of this. Oh, that make it look nicer. I doubt this it would be. All of that is liberated. Into the ally. The ally start to re-emerge. They take back these mountains as the navy starts, or islands. They take back the French island, taking Sardinia and Sicily. Using Sicily, they start naval landing there, then start taking it back. Trying to make the border look good with the same colour. They start an invasion into Libya again. Libya gets flashbacks. And then weeds. Oh. Surrenders with. Yeah, basically not fight here, so like, no. Leading to massive part over here where the Iberians are holding. They're coming through. They start to flood down. The other African countries realise it's a good idea we left. Then suddenly the landing starts in the capital area, hopefully taking the coast and the Suez. Okay. I just don't notice. Don't know why. Anyway, this gets liberated as they start to invade up here. And it's stopping there. As this unit for this purpose. Egypt's coast is fully taken. And then the Suez is. Oh, not Suez, Nile is like kind of taken. Things like that. To Egypt, fully surrendering. No terms. A few African countries start to leave, seeing this as a lost cause. By a few, I mean most of the ones that aren't this thing. Actually, it's just all of these ones that are weak. And it's no chance. Followed by that, and Guinea, and Nigeria, Niger and Nigeria. As they can't take that. And do not respect the fact that some countries left the war. We need to carry on these guys down here. The rest, however, did you respect? They're going to take this to ensure just get some cheap land. As the armies were kind of like, oh, and they try to leave, they kind of just collapse. As they are fully taken. Nigeria, Mali is about to get really happy if they aren't fully annexed. Seeing this, some snot entries decide to flip side. Italy. Nah, it's just Italy. The first empire video I saw, the empire actually wins. Maybe just because how big this, how they only have like 15% of the US army, most of the South America's army, and they're buffed. They're not losing. Anyway, they push up here. As some tricky country decides to join, forcing Ukraine into this war. And take well, actually, because they need to carry on these, but then these guys join just. Okay, I don't know why I make stuff up. Just these guys can stay out. And Scottish region is the Italy Breakaway, leaving. I forgot what it's called, they leave. Not the border. Montenegro leads. Then they leave. Serbia sees no point and turns to the Russians. And I need to quickly draw the Russian front line. Ukraine. I think it's been a few years, it's going to get this, as the US is dead. So realistically, Ukraine would have fallen. Also, the borders over in a sec, but They were fallen because the US is dead. So, me forgetting that Leningrad exists. But anyway, these guys are forced into war. As Russia starts to, just kills them. They started over here. As they quickly take all these guys, especially since they're kind of all focusing on Spain and Italy. Speaking about Spain and Italy, they split the Balkans, all the old Yugoslav countries in Hungary, with Russia. Leaving Germany and the UK pretty much by themselves, as France is kind of still a rebellious state, and that is their own colour, as they kind of move into them. Taking Paris, force them back into a puppet. Pretty much fully killing the rebellion. As the Spanish start to move up, taking this as the government fled. It's kind of a puppet government for now. They push to that. The Germans do hold the Maginot from the opposite side. They have modified it slightly, but it still stands as it is. Anyway, push into Belgium. Same again. They are kind of puppet as the government is no more. Take it back. What's the call it? And Netherlands as the Brittany and English governments return from exile. A invasion is started in Germany. I forgot the Soviet front, although they kept moving. So they totally take Slovakia, they take Warsaw. Warsaw's like there actually, so they all took ages ago. Anyway, they push. Using the border with Germany. So they're taking the Czechs. Taking Berlin. Using the rest of it to fall over into the Spanish. The UK raised the war. As the citizens start to get all annoyed. Leaving Greece, Turkey decides to do some Ottoman exercises in Greece. And as Spain looks at Greece, they realise it's not Greece, it's the Ottomans that has returned. And they're like, cool. It's like, let the Ottomans do their thing. Well, anyway, seeing this as the first Empire video is actually the Empire hasn't died. I've also realised it's still occupied. Sort out of these treaty. Well, anyway, yeah. Canada is the last country to last country of this video before I do the peace treaty is Canada. And they're not kind of not clearing every single island in yet. As they want full unity among the Americas under them. As they kind of still there. I'm going to draw it. It's 8 hours. It's always 8 hours. Even less. Actually, 5 hours. They died quicker, leading to the Empire of Greenland as they're kind of dead. Then again in Canada, they kind of get rolled into. into basically all downloadable land being taken within a matter of weeks. This is happening at the same time as the European front put outside the alliance. Basically leading to, I think there's a city here that they will take into Stranda. I'm gonna sort the borders out properly. Anyway, to Europe. And you'll see what it looks like after the peace treaty in a sec when I draw it. So here's the peace treaty. We have pretty much the Soviet Union borders in Europe. We don't class the Caucasus as Europe, right? You have Poland, Czechoslovakia returning, and Hungary has Soviet puppets, while Germany is split into Bavaria, and East Germany to Soviet puppets. Papal States is released, as I'm pretty sure these are the Spanish or Catholics. And Austria and Switzerland are kind of scared. Romania and Bulgaria are lead to joining the Russian alliance. The Ottomans see this and join the Spanish alliance. The UK comes out unscathed. The puppets do expand a bit, with a bit more of the Netherlands being given to the Spanish. All of North Africa is Spanish. Doing a reverse, like, I don't know, but basically the Muslims attacked, so just took on Muslim land. Puppet in Iraq. This Mali was, since they surrendered, unlike these two guys up here that were like fully taken. Since they surrendered, they were fully annexed into this Sahara puppet. The Spanish do seize Sardinia, Sicily, and these two bits of Italy. But then that, since the Italians switched sides, they are still allowed to keep this area. Even gain some bits because the Papal States were released. Denmark was split, even though the Russians weren't at war, just to keep the Russians on good terms. The entire of the Americas are Spanish. Nothing happens over here. And the little Spanish colony down here is now Nigerian. So basically, if the Spanish wanted to, they can reform their own. All they need to do is annex their allies and take this Yugoslav country. I did also forget to mention that they did not respect these guys leaving the war down here. So they just invaded them and annexed them into Yugoslavia. Here's again the Ottomans allied after the peace treaty due to Russian, same with these guys, due to Russian aggression. And other than that, that is today's video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a good day and goodbye.